On September 1, 2024, a deputy from the Dunn County Sheriff's Department attempted to stop a vehicle for driving 30 miles per hour over the speed limit. The vehicle slowed down briefly and appeared to be stopping before it accelerated to speeds over 110 miles per hour.
5936. County 1080.
10-4.
Northbound 25, 110 miles an hour. Reasons for stop was 85 to 55. They try to get a reach around that 28.
At 28 Adam Henry Charles 5936 returns to Heather's Street, Menominee address, and any additional units copy the 1080.
Stand by, he's sideways in the road right now. He's going to be male driver. Came at me head on. Turned on 920 Avenue now, northbound. No male occupant, not the RO. Can you have a PD officer try to make contact with the RO and see who might have the vehicle?
$230, $228, IMF 1, go ahead.
Still northbound, speeds at 60. Be turning into 510th Street, so northbound on 510 Street now. Passing 920 Avenue, still northbound 510th Street, speeds at 90. No traffic.
Dunn County is in it.
Still northbound, speeds at 50. No traffic. Lone male occupant. Looks like a black four-door sedan, unknown make. Up on 970 Avenue, 970 Avenue, we're still northbound on 510th Street. Anybody in Wheeler? Gonna signal left, gonna signal westbound on 970th Street. And he's making the turn, westbound 970th Street.
32 right now, 25928.
Good morning, cars by Boyceville.
Negative.
18 County, can you notify St. Croix for assistance? Also, let me know if PD can figure out contact with the RO and see who might have this vehicle.
Information, my partner contacted State Patrol.
10-4, northbound 430th Street, I believe, coming toward Highway 170.
10-4. 280, I'm responding from Red Joint. I don't know if I got all.
I got it. Approaching 170 now, speeds at 70. Slowing down for traffic, slowing down at the stop sign. 75 to 170.
Open the door from the outside. Roll your window down. Roll your window down and open the door from the outside. Open the door. Step out. Step it out of the car. You're not going anywhere. Your car is fine. So you're gonna
64 up there. They got
turn away from us. Keep your hands up. Walk back to us. Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking. Stop. Go down on your knees. Do not move.
Hands behind your.
County 228, could you 10-9?
Hand up.
One detained.
One detained.
Is your car unlocked?
Edward.
Back here, this car.
215, County 23. Edward.
218 County, 1 in custody, car's clear. We're all 10-2.
Edward.
Anything on you?
I shouldn't.
Can you request State Patrol send a state car to right at 1050 at this location?
Do you want to stay back there? I'll try to route traffic. 10-4.
You have ID on you anywhere?
100.
No ID? How old are you?
17 years old.
Made a poor choice today, huh?
Yeah,
215, County 28.
I'm screwed.
Why don't you have a seat in there?
Just confirming, Adam Henry Charles 5936. Adam Henry Charles.
What's your name?
5936.
Jeffrey,
Jefffery?
R.E.
R-E-Y?
Yeah.
Well, I obviously want to know what's going on here, so I'm going to ask you a couple quick questions. So, I'm going to advise you of your Miranda rights right now because you are in police custody. You're 17 years old. So you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. And also the right to ask for and have a lawyer at any time you wish. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So you're doing 85, 90 miles an hour up 25. That's why I was trying to stop you in the first place. So, what in the world is going on with you? Why didn't you just pull over?
I have no idea. I can't answer that. I took my mom's car, and that was she was just going to take a shower, and I took her car.
Do you have a driver's license?
I'm already in trouble for driving without a license, so I have no excuse.
Did you know that did your mom know that you took the car?
No.
Do you have permission to take the car? She doesn't allow you to drive her vehicle, I'm guessing, without a license?
She doesn't.
Have you been drinking it at all tonight?
No, I just really don't feel good.
Use any drugs?
No, I haven't. I actually didn't even smoke that weed that I had in my pocket. and I haven't for like 5 days. I've been trying to get better.
Okay. You got weed in the car?
There should be a pipe, but it's not smoked out of or anything.
You haven't smoked today at all?
No, I'm dead serious.
When's the last time you smoked?
Probably. I took gummies last night.
Gummies?
But I haven't smoked at all.
Okay. Take any gummies today?
No.
Nothing else?
I promise you, I haven't taken anything.
Okay. Open your mouth, stick your tongue out all the way. All right, sit tight. We'll come chat with you here in a minute, okay?
Yeah, you can send them on 12.
There should be a pipe and some weed in there.
Yeah, pipe right there.
Okay. Check that just in case.
Yeah.
This is just the weed that you had? Just a little bit? And then this is the pipe?
Yeah.
And then the vape is something else? Or what do you have in there?
That's just nicotine, I swear.
Is it?
You can test it. I've had cops that...
I'm just asking. Yeah, it doesn't smell like weed to me, but I just threw it in the bag because I wasn't sure it was right by the pipe there, so.
But
You haven't smoked since yesterday?
I promise you.
So rather than just getting a citation for not driving or driving without a license and speed, you turn it into a felony, and now probably going to be drivable. It's getting towed. What's your mom's name?
61604
Okay.
Is that you right now?
Can't pry it out of there.
I'm just giving a heads up.
Trying, but I don't want
The
to
EPA.
frick to pop your tire.
Yeah.
Watch the point.
There you got it a little bit there.
Well, what's the worst that's going to happen?
Yeah, I can just drive
tire's
it.
going to jack it, so might as well just yank it. I guess something happens to the tire, something happens to the tire. This tire's going to be shot by the time you get home unless you get towed.
Yeah, we got to pry it off of there somehow. So maybe the tow can help us with it. He's got some other device.
Did you find the weed?
Oh.
That's all he had, I guess. What he claims, anyway.
I didn't see anything else in there.
Took the car without mom's permission, apparently. I'm going to put this and his phone in your car. You'll
Okay.
probably transport
Okay.
for me. And I'll try to get a hold of mom here in a little bit.
I thought you guys were gonna continue going that way, so I was like,
I thought he was just going to blow through because he goosed it through Wheeler at about 90 miles an hour, so then he slowed at the stop sign. I just tapped him when he tried to make the corner.
yeah.
So. All right, Jeff, grab your seatbelt here. So based on the driving behaviors and the weed and pipe that you had in the car, I'm going to just run you through some field sobriety tests here to make sure that you're safe to be operating a vehicle tonight. Okay, so like impaired driving investigation.
141 headquarters tonight.
So take these off and we'll do those up the garage here. Come out here and then we have some space. Are you injured at all? Okay. Were you wearing your seatbelt?
Yes.
Okay. Have you used any substances today?
No.
No? No marijuana?
No.
No gummies?
No.
Any legal
products? Marijuana? Okay. Do you use anything other than weed?
No.
No. Okay. Are you on any prescription medications?
No.
And no alcohol? You seem just kind of, your responses are kind of just slow and relaxed compared to somebody who just ran from the police. You'd think you'd be a little more amped up, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm just more disappointed. For the third time, I got, my mom in trouble for my actions.
Okay. Well, I agree. She probably would have much rather had you come home with a couple tickets. I would have, or she would have had to come pick you up because you can't drive, but she would have probably rather done that and been mad at you than today's outcome. Well, good thing you didn't hurt anyone on the highway. Going pretty fast through Wheeler, so that's why I decided to do the pit and take you off the road, because you're driving like that, you're going to hurt or kill somebody. So we can't allow that on the roadways.
I understand.
Okay, well, let's do some simple tests here. I'm going to put your feet together and arms at your sides. Are you a high school graduate?
I'm trying to get my GED.
Okay. Do you know your alphabet, ABCs,
Yeah.
count? Can you count okay and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your highest level that you completed?
For reading?
For education?
Education?
Yeah, like what grade level?
Grade, sophomore.
Okay. Do you wear glasses or contacts at all?
I probably should wear glasses.
Okay. You're not prescribed glasses, though? Or do you have any prescriptions? No. Can you see okay, like right in front of your face, like us, you can see right now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. First thing I'm going to do is a little test of your eyes. So all I need you to do is keep your feet, hands at your sides, feet together just like you are. Can you focus right on the very tip of my finger? And I'm going to go back and forth here, and I want you just to follow it with your eyes only. Try not to move your head at all. Keep your head perfectly still, and just follow my fingers. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. All right, same thing with the eyes. I'll give you a little break there, but for this one, I'm just going to go around in a couple quick circles, and I'm going to come in toward the bridge of your nose. I'm not going to touch you, but I want you to follow with the tip of my finger, focus on it, and follow it in as far as you can. Do you know if you can cross your eyes normally? Have you ever tried before? No?
No.
Okay. Just focus on the very tip of my finger. I'm going to go around a couple times. I'm going to come in, okay? So just keep watching the very tip. You see it still? Okay, and then just follow it in as far as you can. Good. And just one more time. And follow it in. Okay. All right. Next thing we're going to do is just keep standing just like you are. This is just a quick timing exercise. So what I want you to do is you're basically going to imagine imagine a passage of 30 seconds in your head. Okay. So I'm going to tell you when to start, and you're going to tell me when you think 30 seconds is up. Okay? So for this, I want you to stand with your feet together and keep your arms at your sides. Tilt your head back slightly. And I want you to keep your eyes closed during the test. Tilt your head back so you're kind of looking up toward the ceiling. Perfect. And then I'm going to tell you to start. And then once you think 30 seconds has gone by, just tilt your head forward and say stop. Do you understand that? Simple? Okay. So go ahead and tilt your head back. Keep your eyes closed. I'll tell you to start right now. How long was that?
30 seconds.
30? And how'd you count that?
I was talking about it earlier. You said, think about a story. So I thought about when me and my grandpa were fishing, and I made up a passage about it. And approximately around 30 seconds, which would be half of a minute.
Okay.
So I sat there and I thought about all the times we went fishing, and I picked the one where we were on the porch swing, and I don't know, that's...
Okay. All right. So coming, we're going to walk a straight line now. So come over here, like right about here, and face toward the garage door. You can use the crack in the floor. It's nice and flat and straight if you want to do that. And I'll demonstrate on this line. So I'm going to give you full instructions and demonstrate before you start walking. Do you understand? Okay, so first I want you to stand in what's called the starting position for the test by doing what I'm doing here. This is placing your right foot directly in front of your left, touching heel to toe with your arms at your sides. And I don't want you to start walking yet. Just hold this position while I finish the rest of the instructions, okay? So go ahead and do this. Okay? When I tell you to begin from that position, what you're going to do is walk 9 heel-to-toe steps in a nice straight line, touching each step heel to toe and counting each step 1 through 9. When you reach step 9, just leave that lead foot on the line, turn around using several small steps like this, and walk 9 heel-to-toe steps back in the same fashion along the same line. Again, touching each step heel to toe and counting each step out loud 1 through 9. Remember, watch the tip of your foot, keep your arms at your sides, count each step out loud, and don't stop until you're all the way completed with the test. So 9, turn, and 9 back to right where you are. Do you understand? Okay, go ahead and do that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, and then just relax, face toward me again, and put your feet together and arms at your sides like you did for the first test. This next test is called the one-leg stand. I'll demonstrate and explain the test before you begin, okay? So don't start anything until I tell you to begin. When I tell you to begin, what you're going to do is lift either foot of your choice about 6 inches off the ground, hold it out in front of you like this, point your toes straight ahead, keep both legs straight, keep your arms at your sides, and while you're balancing like this, I want you to count out loud in this fashion: 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Keep counting in that fashion until I tell you to stop. Remember, while you do this, watch the tip of your foot, keep your arms at your sides, count out loud, and don't stop until I tell you. Do you understand? You ready? Okay, either foot of your choice. Go ahead and begin. A little higher though, about a pop can under your foot. So there you go. You can restart if you'd like. Okay, you can stop. One last test I'm going to have you do. So feet together and arms at your sides. Is something wrong with your back that you reach?
Yeah, it's my spine. I don't know what. Seriously, I don't know what's wrong.
Do you have a medical problem?
Could be. I don't know. I haven't been to the doctor in a long time.
Is this something that's been going on for a while?
Yeah.
Oh. Is it like pain or what?
Yeah, it's...
How long have you experienced this for?
Ever since I got into my first accident on my dirt bike.
How old were you?
This was like 2 years ago, I'm pretty sure, and I was airlifted and stuff all the way to Rochester, and my spine ever since it's hurt.
Do you still see the doctor for that regularly, or
No,
just?
I never went back for physical therapy.
Oh, well, may want to maybe consider that at some point. Okay, so one last test. This hopefully will be okay. All you got to do is stand. So it's a finger to nose test. Very simple. Stand with your feet together like this. And then arms at your sides and make a fist. Point your index fingers out like this. Basically, I'm going to have you hold them down toward the ground like this. And you're going to tilt your head back and keep your eyes closed. I'm going to give you commands. I'm going to either say left or right. If I say right. You take the tip of your right finger out, bring it in, and touch the very tip of your finger to the very tip of your nose, and then we'll bring it right back down after you touch your nose. If I say left, same thing. Obviously, though, with your left hand, bring it out in front of you, bring it in, and touch the very tip of your finger to the very tip of your nose. And when I say tip of the finger, this is the tip, okay, not the side. This is the very tip. And then this is obviously the very tip of your nose is what you want to touch. Okay, so once you tap it, you just bring your hand down. You understand that? Okay. So while you do this, keep your feet together like you have them, and then tilt your head back like you're looking up at the ceiling like the other test, and keep your eyes closed. You ready? Left. Right. Left. Right. Right. Left. Okay. Relax. One last thing, I'm just going to look at your pupils. Stare toward that band around the garage door and just look straight ahead for me. Okay. How do you think you performed on these tests?
Crappy because I'm tired.
Yeah. When's the last time you slept?
Actually, I've been sleeping the last 4 days on the couch.
4 days straight?
Pretty much off and on, but my back, it's every time I get up and it just brings me right back to the couch.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm being completely serious.
So I've been evaluating drivers on the road for many years, about 20 to be exact. All right, I'm a drug recognition expert with the state, so I've done a lot of drug influence tests on people. So I know when people have used and when they haven't used. So your body is exhibiting signs and symptoms of cannabis use, whether that's recreation or whether that's Delta 9 or Delta 8 or whatever it might be. Obviously when you ingest substances in your body, just like alcohol or prescription medication or drugs or illegal drugs, those create signs and symptoms that are visible in your body. So I know I already asked you, but I'm just going to ask you again. I'm looking for honesty and cooperation here, because I think that's the best thing for you at this point. When is the last time that you used? Because I know that it was not yesterday.
The last time I physically took anything into my system that I know of was yesterday night at 7 o'clock.
7 p.m.?
p.m.
And what was that? Those gummies you were talking about?
I'm being dead serious with you.
And those were marijuana, just Delta 9 gummies, or something you purchased somewhere?
They were just the gummies. The Delta, it said Delta 9 on the bag.
But did you purchase those from like a store somewhere, or are they like illegal gummies?
They're legal gummies.
They're legal or illegal?
Legal.
Legal.
Maybe not for my age.
Well, no, obviously not, but I'm just wondering if you got them from someone who purchased them at a store or like a store package?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know where they were from?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. I have a little bit of paperwork to do here, and then we have to go through a little bit of a testing procedure. I'll read you that form, and then from here we'll go to the jail and finish up paperwork and go from there, okay? But I'll explain everything as we go through the process here, okay? He's been decent. I can probably finish up with him and get you freed up.
Sounds good.
So let's walk out to my truck, and then I'm going to do my paperwork on the computer out there and finish up with you, okay? Thanks, Noah.
Yes.
seat there. And it'll just take me 5 minutes or so to enter some stuff in the computer, okay?
If you don't mind me asking, do you know the next time I'll get to see my mom?
I guess that's up to her. She can come see you, but you're going to go to court on Tuesday morning because tomorrow's a holiday. So you'll actually go to court on Tuesday. Not morning, I'm sorry. I think intake is like 1:30 or 1:45 p.m. Something like that. So you'll go in front of the judge at that time, and that's for the purposes of setting your bond. So at that time, the judge will decide what you will, or how you get released from custody. Sometimes that's a cash bond. Sometimes that's a signature bond, where you promise to appear for your future court dates. And if you don't appear for those court dates, you could be subject to forfeiting some money. But based on the fact that you live in town and you have a mom that you live with and you're only 17, I don't think that you're very much of a flight risk, so I'd assume that you'll probably get a signature bond or a reasonable cash bond on Tuesday afternoon. And then at that time you'd be released from custody pending future court dates. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think...
Prior to that, your mom can speak with you at the jail via telephone or come and visit, during certain times. But I don't have those times. You'd have to ask the jail people when we get there, the jail officers. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, Jeffrey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right, so I have to read you this form. This form explains the testing procedure that we go through following the arrest in the state of Wisconsin. So you're under arrest, obviously, for fleeing and eluding, reckless driving, and for operating with a restricted controlled substance in your blood, meaning that based on the signs and symptoms I'm observing, I believe there's substance in your blood that you cannot operate a vehicle with. Whether that's THC gummies, marijuana, whatever. You can't have THC in your system, in your blood, while you're operating a vehicle in Wisconsin on the highway, okay? So, under Wisconsin's implied consent law, I'm required to read this notice to you. So my question basically for you is, will you submit to an evidentiary chemical test of your blood, yes or no?
Is that where they have to draw your blood?
Yep. We have a law enforcement room, and the hospital technician comes in and just does a quick poke and
I would do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, sorry. I thought your seatbelt was on. Come on in. We'll take care of this quick. We'll go walk toward those double doors. Come on in and just have a seat in that great chair, okay? So how'd you crash your dirt bike? Was it on the road or on a trail somewhere?
On the road. I was coming around the bend, and the guy stopped on the four-wheeler right in front of me on purpose, trying to hurt me.
Ooh, that's not good.
I flew and I hit my head right off of the handlebars, going like 45.
Mm-hmm. You're still very young, so I truly do hope that you can maybe just turn your life around a little bit, make some better choices, and move on with life,
Yeah, can I ask how it's... I know it's not easy, but how do you just say no to some things? How does... I guess the simple way of saying it is, how do you just say no to some things? Just like when someone asks something, how do you say no?
Like something that you don't want to get in trouble for?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Like a peer pressure type of a situation?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard, but you gotta just stand up and say, no, I'm better than that. I'm gonna say no. Or, I guess whoever you're interacting with that's putting you into that position, maybe you should not even be associating with them or be friends if they're gonna either A, put you in a situation like that, or B, judge you because of you saying no to something. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it actually makes a lot of sense.
I mean, I keep my friend circle small, but my friends and acquaintances would never put me in a bad situation or ask me to do something illegal or wrong or anything. And if they did, I wouldn't be friends with them. So, and when I was younger, yeah, friends were maybe a little more important than they are now, but now I keep my friend circle small. I have kids and a family and a couple close friends. It's all I need in life, you know.
True. That's very true. In jail, do they let you use paper and pens or paper and pencils or anything?
Yeah. You mean like if you want to write something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I do have to put you back in handcuffs to transport you. So just stand up and put your hands. Is your back still causing you a little pain?
It always does.
Okay, well, I'll put you in front here. You've been really cooperative with me, so. Right this way.
Jeff was found guilty for vehicle operator fleeing or eluding an officer. He was sentenced to 12 months in jail with work release privileges, 2 years of probation, and ordered to pay over $7,000 in restitution.